All right, Lila's helping in the kitchen today, hoping she saw me get the carrots. She's hoping she gets some carrot peels or some ends or something. But Jarrett and I have not been feeling the best, so we thought, you know, I should make some soup for supper. And one of our favorites is this curried carrot and cauliflower soup. This is the recipe. I've been making this for quite a few years. I have no idea where the recipe came from. But this is the gist of everything that's gonna go in it. We got this awesome cauliflower 2 weeks ago. It was 99 cents a head, which is amazing. And so while it's still fresh and awesome, we're gonna make this soup. All right, I've got my veggies chopped up. I've got a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna turn the heat on to medium. And I'm just gonna saute these for 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll get my cauliflower ready while that is happening. You don't have to be too careful about, you know, uniformity of your dices or anything like that, because this all gets blended. So the other things that we're gonna need for this recipe is a can of coconut milk. We're gonna need some curry powder, and we actually need 4 cups of chicken stock, which I do not have, but I do have some Better Than bouillon. So I'm just gonna mix it in 4 cups of water. Okay, my onions are starting to get translucent and the vegetables are releasing some water. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 2½ teaspoons of curry powder, and I'm going to let this cook for a couple minutes, and the curry powder will get nice and fragrant, and then we'll go ahead and add everything else. All right, now we're just gonna add everything else. I've got my cauliflower here, same deal. It's just roughly chopped up. Everything's gonna get blended, so no big deal. We're gonna add our coconut milk and our chicken stock, or our bouillon in this case. This is just going to come to a boil, and then I will cover it, reduce heat to a simmer, and it's gonna cook for like 20 minutes. All right, here we have our soup. I just used the immersion blender to blend it up. Got it nice and smooth. We're gonna have this for supper, and the rest of it I will probably freeze for some lunches later on this winter. We'll have it with some crackers, and you can serve it with a dollop of Greek yogurt, or tonight we have some sour cream. And we'll have some crackers with it. Nice and easy. All right, guys, I am super under the weather. I just came up the stairs and I can't catch my breath. I've got like some cold respiratory thing. I had cold sweats, body aches, you name it. I think I have a fever, and I just want some soup to eat. So we're gonna make corn chowder. This is an easy one. You just literally dump usually 5 cans. You can add potatoes and bacon if you wish. So I have a couple potatoes here. We got this at a discount store, like a overstock type. And it's like the pre-cooked bacon that you would get like on sandwiches and stuff in a restaurant. So this will be nice and easy. I will just have to crisp it up a little bit and add it to the pot. I'm also using some home canned chicken stock. It's kind of strong, so I'm putting in extra stuff than I normally would. Normally it's 2 cans of creamed corn and 1 can of kernels, along with a can of evaporated milk. But I'm gonna cook the potatoes in the broth, add a little bit of water, and I'm gonna add an extra can of corn. So that is gonna be my lunch, hopefully, in 45 minutes. All right, my potatoes were cooked. I dumped everything else in. You don't have to do anything else except dump everything else in. And I am going to add some salt, some pepper, some celery seed, some thyme, some cayenne, and some red pepper flakes. I don't always add these two, but because I'm not feeling well and the capsaicin that's in spicy things is really good for like phlegm, and it will provide me some temporary relief when I eat the soup. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these today, not too much. And I can always add a little more cayenne to my bowl as I dish it out. So I'm gonna get these things added. And there we go, it's all done. I'm just waiting for this all to reheat now, and then I'll be able to have my lunch. It was pretty low effort, and I don't know about you, but soup is one of those things that I crave when I am feeling under the weather. And we'll have some that I'll be able to freeze for later meals as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and call this like the soup episode. I have done very little filming over the last 2 weeks. We were getting over cold and flu. We hosted Thanksgiving. We're getting ready for a craft show. I just was overstretched, but I'm gonna get some videos filmed and get them out to you guys. But here we are making soup again out of our leftover turkey dinner. So I cooked it in the crock pot on low for about 8 hours, and with some vegetables and seasonings and stuff. The carcass is there, partially there, and I've started picking the meat. I've got our stock in there. I might add some more. I don't have any turkey stock, but I have some chicken stock. I might add that to it because I think we're going to have a lot more turkey than we are stock, and I would like to, you know, make as big of a batch as I can. So I'm going to continue picking this turkey, and I'll bring you back when we're on to the next steps. I'm chopping up the carrots here, and my little helper is hoping for me to drop carrots. She loves carrots, so I think I'll have to give her a bite. All right, I'm heating up the stock again here so I can cook the carrots. This is about 3.5 smallish medium-sized carrots. And I am going to add barley. I'm gonna start with 1/2 cup because that will soak up the water big time. And I have my turkey all picked and ready to go in. I may use all of it, I may not, I haven't quite decided. I think I have about 2.5, 2 3/4 cups of stock in here at the moment. I do have more chicken stock. I don't have any more turkey stock. So I'm just gonna see how it plays out. It's starting to smell really good. I will add more fresh herbs and I'll taste as I go, but I'm gonna start just by cooking the carrots and the barley in the broth. The way my mom does it is she always adds, if there's any leftover dressing, which we use stovetop. My grandmother always used to make traditional stuffing and stuff the bird, but we don't do that anymore. She will add, when she's making her stock, she will add that to the pot as well. And a lot of those herbs and flavors will impart into the stock. We didn't have any leftover, and I wasn't gonna go get a box just to, you know, add to the soup. So I just looked up online, you know, a copycat stovetop recipe for what the seasonings are, and I threw those in with the turkey when I was making the stock. It was mostly, there was some thyme, sage, there was no rosemary, and I did add basil. There were some other things too, salt and pepper. But I did add basil as well because Mom always adds basil to her soup, and it's smelling a lot like Mom's, so I am getting excited. All right, the soup is done. I did have to add a little bit of chicken stock. I think half a cup of barley was plenty. And she's turkey heavy. So this will be delicious, and I'm gonna have some for lunch.